Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. My name is Eva. Thank you so much for joining me. I am indeed in the same spot wearing the same outfit as my last video. Maybe my last video. 3i Atlas is making its closest approach to Earth tomorrow. I'm trying to leave that day open to see what comes through because I am really excited. But if I feel so called, I will do a video specifically for that on the day. Today is the 18th. Next week, I will be unless something happens, I will be in New York / New Jersey for the holiday. So I won't be recording videos, and live one-on-ones are blocked that week, but they will be available starting, I think, the 28th or the 29th again. So if you want to book in, you can do that in the links below on my website. But I wanted to record some videos so that they can come out while I am away. The video I recorded just before this was for A Dark Night of the Soul. And that's not something that just happens once. We can kind of dip into shades of that every time we are sort of confronting, false beliefs, scary beliefs, sort of what feels like demons, like this kind of like really, 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 really dark energy. The worst that we believe in ourselves is we're uncovering that from within, from the unconscious, from the shadow. Even if it's just a moment or two, it can feel like that again. So that video is very, very powerful, available on the channel. You'll find it because I'm wearing the same outfit. I'm sitting in the same spot. I haven't moved. This is going to be a shorter transmission for hope and for opening the heart to receive information from levels that have, I don't have a better way to describe this except for that are on that baseline. Like this density of Earth is at a lower baseline. And so if you're functioning at like a lower dimensional bandwidth, you can't receive the information that's coming in from higher bandwidths. So all of this work is to evolve, right? So like really, 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 really opening to receive more clarity of information from dimensional bandwidths that are at a higher level. And always to bring more peace, to allow more peace, to allow more love of the self-love given to the self. As we work in unity practice and as you meditate, you see the oneness of everything. And so that definition of self sort of naturally expands because it is the truth that we are one. There is one life. And so we cannot neglect ourselves as included in that one life. This has been a message that's been coming up in a lot of videos lately, but we have to accept the healing for ourselves and know that we are worthy of it before it can be truly emitted in clarity. It's not that we distort other people, it's just that we're missing, you're just at different bandwidths of expansion. It's not helpful to bring in hierarchy or guilt or things that might inspire more guilt or shame, because that's not how God works and that's not how God sees you. God knows you. It doesn't perceive you. It knows you. And it made you, so it knows you as it made you, which is one of itself. You create as it creates. You didn't create yourself, but you create as it creates, one with it. You are dependent on its power. Its power is your life source. It will not condemn you. God's judgment is to know you as you are. It is our job. Judgment's not really our job here, but to accept ourselves, to be ready for God's judgment, is to accept ourselves as God would judge us, which is love itself, because that's how it made you and it knows what you are. We don't know what we are. We perceive and we have a bunch of crazy ideas, but we want to bring ourselves into stillness, into clarity, into silence, and to trust. So in this, I'm just going to try to let this be a code transmission so that we can just let these higher dimensional, these more expanded dimensional emanations, information, structures, wave patterns come through and do what they do. So just taking nice deep breaths, knowing you are safe, knowing that you are bringing a new way of being here. You are a pioneer. and I live in Colorado, I think about the I think about the pioneers a lot. I do. I think about the pioneers in the context of like, if you didn't know that the Rocky Mountains were out here, and then you just saw Pikes Peak from like 200 miles away or whatever, 100 miles away, and you were like, what? Like, that's, like, to be a pioneer out in the mountains, their lives were not easy, right? Like, you are a pioneer. You are forging a new way. But it's not helpful to think about that way as being difficult, because God's way is not difficult. And so that message has come up a lot, that we are reestablishing our relationship to what it means to be light workers, or like to get that warrior archetype sort of out of the way, because that implies that there's an enemy. There's no enemy in God. God is one life that doesn't heal. It perpetuates the dream, and that's not a popular opinion, but that's how I see it. And so we give grace to ourselves when things are difficult. We understand that because we are still learning, and we learn as we go, that we might still have difficult moments. So we don't want to project difficulty, but we also don't want to beat ourselves up when it is hard. We want, as much as we can, to be in the present moment and to allow God through us as much as we possibly can. That takes our mind off of the journey completely, because when you are in the presence of God, there's nowhere to go. We know ourselves there all the time. We stop trying to make sense. We stop trying to tell stories about what the journey is like. We give ourselves grace. We give gratitude to those who came before us. And we try to leave the way as clear as we can for those who are coming after. But we rest in God. Yes, we rest in God. There's nothing our holiness cannot do. My way is easy and my burden is light. Siataya korruquin satri kinin diata korruiti sinsi kinindria tayana truot. Hiniana morro hitaya shnatri kinindria norrukuan shatra. Satria korruini ananis nitria norrukuin. Kinandrayas in socorro hinanasin, sandrayas noshia trayasin satra, kinandratos in socorro hinian, hin simnatrikit, ki kaya sotroesi kinindri kayayat, orruitisi kiayashun, himnatra kayan sotroatash, kitaya sontroaisi kinayan shikinindaisio tokorruitik, hikia orro kinindratis in sikin, himnatroesin chitritaya orruiti kinindria takarat, Kidayas dorruiti kianain, hima orruitisia tarrat karaitisai, hinindraya sonsorra isio torruko ashinindaya sikia, simishini sinsa kinindriasa, shita orruita karaha kita orruhin, hiniandrati sikianaini tritit, hianaini dorruiti ki orru, shita yosum sanriato sonsakanat, hita orruiti sinji orruiti siansi, shin Yanata, Yanata, Hinianata sa Yashinikinaya, Hita orruitam natrasus, orruitam andishi, Sansindriat orratusum giritrikinindriti sinzakinit, Hinindriti sinzaishindoro, Hinandratusum sandraya shorokaya sunsokuishi. Don't challenge God by trying to project your false image of yourself as truth. Sin sotrui sin chikinindo oru rutuguait, yondo rukuiti kini noam santruata sansaka, shawur kuan sais, si kinindritis natri, hingaya torruitis yasanitaya. Shihaya korruika, yanaimini inyoriti otoeki, umnitritis inditaya totot, itikinaini tuon yatakor kuisitaya. I'm sorry if that was really loud. Yatoraya sansi kinindi sanindi kayasi. Nice. Yataya korrukoya sikianim natratis ingayasun. Hiyunuyu nani toyono nyani yani yani yana yanini yana yana hinna yana uruata yakina mata yasana shin 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 datusama shin dayor kiniti sin zindi didiato indi orkuina. My cat just saw a bird and then launched herself into the window. Kiata susuishi kitaya natrikiaya. Rutoko aji. Sikaya zisiani triatatua. Raya torrikiti samashiniti anaini tiandaya taweriti. Hito yusukoruka yashitru aisi atakaraki. Kinaya sitayo no rata. Hitagisi kinindriti sitiator queens natritis yonjurati sikitayat. Remember, you follow no laws but God's laws. All laws of the universe, all laws of physics, these are ideas that we made. Kayas notroi sikiriatash. Remember, nothing exists outside of the self. Everything has the meaning that it has because we've given it that meaning. We are the meaning makers. We are the dreamers. Inside the dream, it functions that way. We don't actually live inside the dream. Kiataya sayati. And so, when we allow this awareness of God to move through us, miracles don't follow time, nor do they have to follow the laws of physics, nor do they really ever, because they are of spirit, they are of God. Kiayititia, they are unlimited, and we have very limited ideas of ourselves. Let yourself be unlimited. Hinda urui kayas no shondro atosum sotishi. And remember, God is not asking you to suffer. Kitaya torukuan chokanandreya tosum sayishi kinindrit. God will never ask you to be in pain. No, I am the Holy Son of God. I cannot suffer. I cannot be in pain. I cannot suffer loss nor fail to do all that salvation asks. This is not hubris. This is claiming yourself in the truth. That's from A Course in Miracles. I didn't make that up. Hitaya torrukui sinsi kiritayash ditri kinindreya torruitatritisia. But oftentimes people ask me, how do I maintain this? I can't recommend The Course in Miracles enough. I constantly quote The Course in Miracles throughout my entire life. All of my time. Kita worukitis. I say that to myself at least 10 times a day. At least. Kiti yashukorukuisi triatumni trikindisi tishikiata. You must attend to spirit. You choose what you give your attention to, right? Give more of your attention to spirit. Remind yourself more of yourself in spirit so that that life can actually take root in you and grow in you and provide for you. It's not worship, it's just the way like quantum mechanics works. God doesn't want worship. God knows. God has no mechanism to receive it because it doesn't perceive. Instead of prostrating yourself to some idea of what you think God is in order to be rewarded, spend that attention on loving yourself, on accepting the magnitude of yourself, of accepting the perfection of your own being. Don't prostrate yourself to God. Glorify the self, not your individual idea of yourself, what the self really is, and you are included in that, so it is yourself. It's not hubris the way that ego thinks of it. It's hubris to think that you could be separate from it. Humble yourself by understanding that God made you and you're trying to be other than what you were made to do. Bring yourself back into the awareness of the One. Often, constantly if you must. I must. You are not in danger. There is no crisis. Kinaini shinitruamna tra ruitun dokorokin dati sindritis nishiti andati kinitria tosokoaya. And the answers are everywhere. Because everything is you. The answers come from within, but once you realize that it's all within, then you can allow the answers to really come from everywhere. You can hear the nature spirits when you recognize that the nature spirits are one with you. You can hear the spirits of the four directions when you understand that the elemental forces are what you are. You can hear the stars when you understand that you are one with the stars. It's not really even about them being ancestors or more powerful than you or knowing more than you or needing to put yourself correctly on the totem pole. That introduces hierarchy that will never be of unity. You must see yourself equal to know what you really are. Do not project yourself in littleness. Because you won't be able to help them either. You will not be exchanging. You can't exchange love. Love meets itself and extends and just extends when it meets itself. But you can't give and know yourself. Again, you can't give what you don't have. So if you don't see yourself in equal communion with all life, how could you receive equal communion? Right? You're not begging for favors. Don't beg. That would always be coming from a false projection of self. You need beg for nothing. You were given everything when you were made one with everything. In the member video this week, we talked about the illusion of need, and you could do your whole life on the illusion of need. But really proclaim your oneness in the field, and when you go outside, you don't even need to go to some incredibly striking, beautiful place. Go outside anywhere. Every time you go out, you are given the opportunity to meet yourself in different ways. And rejoice and be grateful for that. These are our spiritual teachers. Amen. We're going to end it here. Thank you guys so much. Resting in gratitude for all of you. Thank you everyone who's a member of the channel. If you want to be a member of the channel, join us. The buttons are below. Join the sun babies. We are all sun babies here on earth. I just think it's funny. Thank you guys. I'll see you next time.